I got my tips out of the way early. I understand. Every time we got it wrong, we made it right. Every innocent civilian suspected as a terrorist is now one. Congratulations. You left with lead-laced fingertips, chasing imaginary figments, stomping battleground footprints over one grave too many. The dead are awake and rallying beneath the crust. This is for the army created to justify a war against itself. This is to the terrorists. I understand. All the way from the western shores of the land whose name you only hear in nightmares and war stories. I feel the IED heartbeats we share. I fear the fear of a dictatorship terrorizing your homeland, the broken will of your own people, so desperate, spontaneous combustion feels like a sigh of relief, but sounds like a new ghost. Militias, sitting in a cave, waiting for another videotape, clenching rifles, anticipating communications to move. Yeah, it makes me anxious too. Made me start growing my beard out, knowing I can always shave it down if ever I need a mask, but have nothing but a knife and desperation enough. Once martial law is laid, and it's harder to retaliate, we will join you in mourning the mornings, praying for death and liberation, understanding their similarities as deeply as Khalil Gibran. I no longer think of suicide, but sometimes I think I could try harder. If Allah and Jesus ever agreed on anything, they would have settled on accepting all freedom fighters past the pearly gates for rebellion's sake. My father used to tell me that rebellion was as the sin of witchcraft. But then I studied witchcraft, double indulging. If my father were to see my eyes now, he would recognize the God he used to preach about. I can feel you, my brothers, that you hold these tin can homemade hand grenades in your pupils too. Let us be the furnace melting the armor into the Roman soldiers trying to carry the righteous into the flames. I know you had nothing to do with it. The towers. I've read the reports finding nanothermite in the dust. I know that you don't have nanotechnology out there in the deserts. I've seen the blood-stained palms lacing the very hands pointing towards the east. I can smell their forked tongues, bad breath, and reptilian scent. When your brothers, innocent, were kidnapped in the middle of the night, tortured for 4 years, and sent back to you like an improperly addressed package, they knew they made an enemy to justify their war on terror. Then they terrorized and terrified the countryside, called you terrorists, and they know what you are. Shit, they made you. I'm sorry that my homeland is killing your homeland. I promise that I had nothing to do with this. I have a suspicious feeling like if the world were to slip from their grip, they just blow the shit up. Kill the ex-girlfriend when she won't let them beat her anymore. So we're working towards autonomy, reclaiming our democracy, and if we succeed, I promise to let your people be free. Clean your house on the way out like the cat in the hat, moving your names from doormats to the mantles. When you look up into the pale ivory moon, remember that not all men are evil, and eventually we'll make a generation that will not need to know how to carry their father's arms, but that day is not today, and I can still smell it. In the anthem, like a new declaration of independence. My brothers, I understand that I may never truly understand, but I'm scared to death that one day soon I will.